this game. This game is pretty freaking good. Anyways, I want to say Happy New Year. It's the first day. I don't know. Anyways, since this is a new year, thought of something new. Reactions to games. I want to start with this. If you can't see it clearly, that's because the lighting sucks. Look at that right there. Bioshock Infinite. Look at that. It's a special cover. There's even a word too. It says, "The mind of the subject will desperately struggle to create memories where none exist. Barriers to trans-dimensional travel are Lutece 1889. Yeah. Right here. If you got this... At first I was thinking of like a cover. And so good. So good. So good. But it's so good. It's not even Bioshock. That's what's weird. That's what's weird. It says Bioshock, yet doesn't feel like it. I mean, it's kind of like it kind of feels like the Paranormal Activity movies. I mean, it gets, you know, storyline and all that crap, and it's cuts to something else, and I don't know. Like, sorry, I'm talking to someone right now, but I'm talking about this most of all. First of all, there are lots and lots of changes going on. I'm serious. It's really something. Okay. First of all, you know how your character just makes like grunts and all that from the first Bioshock and then the second? Your character can grunt and talk. Has a name too. Well, so do the others like Jack and the Delta, whatever his name is, some Big Daddy. Yeah, and it's just your character's name is Booker. At first I thought they said Hooker, like there's a guy named Hooker. So Hooker killed a hooker. Okay, that's great. Alright, anyways, you're basically not going to Rapture. What, you actually think that they're actually going to do Rapture again? No, they do a place called Columbia or something. It's basically a sky city place where buildings float and it's all floaty. It's weird. And it was made in 2012, and then it was going to be made in 2013. It got delayed, I think, to March 2013. We got it and loved it so much. People were like, "Yay, it's so awesome!" But when you play that game, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be different. I'm serious. First of all, instead of like usually where you're auto-saving this game, it's like it does auto-save in this game. Back then you just had like, you completed a level and you get a chance to save it, or you could just go on the pause and just save it from there. So yeah, but not in this game. This game can auto-save it, so when you die you just do that. Sorry. And it's just so weird. This game, it's like really weird, because back then in the Bioshock games you had many options and many weapons to choose from, but this game lets you only have two. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it only lets you have one. Yeah. At first I was like, wait, don't you have war weapons? But no. You have to pick one weapon that you love and it has most damage increase. You get your plasmids too. That's fair. You still got your plasmid choices, like, but they're new ones. Like, they're not Incinerate or Electro. They are alike, they're just different names. Incinerate is not, fire. Well, it is fire, but it's called Devil Kiss. I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. There's a water thing. There's a water thing where it's just splashes enemies and you can pull them in. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like a scorpion, like, get over here, all that crap. And it's just so weird because it's kind of like Bioshock. There's even, like, new abilities, like Murder of Crows, where you can summon crows with your fingers. I'm gonna get so much bread. So much bread. And also there's Shock Jockey, that's like the electric bolt. I'm still playing the game to see if there's something new. I'm gonna try to beat this game to see what happens. But along the way, you meet a girl named Elizabeth who dreams of going to Paris. You tell me. I know. Well, you're basically here to get a girl and pay debt or something. So, yeah. And your character talks along the way, which is pretty awesome, because you've never heard your character talk, except for Jack in the beginning, and you hear him just grunting and all that crap, and so did Delta when he's hurt in number 2. It's just weird. And Bioshock 2 had a companion with you who was the girl Delta was carrying because he thinks of her as a daughter, and it's just it's what people loved, a helper. They wanted someone to help them, so they brought Elizabeth. Elizabeth is great. She can open tears, something which for example, if you see a tear, it could be anything, like from the past or the future. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty weird, but pretty cool. Anyways, and then it's like so weird, this game, but it's so full of energy when you play this game, because it's, oh my god, there's like this thing called a skyhook or whatever it's called. It basically is something that you put on a rail and it slides you through the air. It's really energetic and it's fun, but it's scary. Because when I'm jumping, I'm like moving my muscles like, okay, I made it. Good. It's just like it's like if something you would be afraid of in real life. You're afraid of heights and you're afraid of fall, so that's basically why I always jump when I jump and try to get to a skyline. It's scary. It is super scary. But along the way, you have choices. That's pretty amazing now when you think about it. This makes you think, this is not Bioshock. Hey, it says Bioshock, right? Look, it says Bioshock, you play it. The enemies are really, really weird. You shoot people, not insane people. Well, they kind of are. Alright, let me explain. Colombia is a Christian place. Basically, they believe that this is good, this is bad, crazy stuff. And then they think of you as an evil person and thinking you're a monster, and they try to kill you along the way because you're trying to save Elizabeth, who is scary because she can open tears and it's terrified and all that stuff. And yeah. It's weird. But it's also, and there's also other enemies. For example, firemen, which are guys that are on fire, and they throw devil's kiss at you. I'm sorry for talking. And then there's like the murder of Crow's people. They're, you know, it's kind of like Colombia is like America from the 1950s. Don't like blacks. Well, do, but they give them crappy jobs. They don't like white and black people dating together. They don't like Chinese. They don't like this and that. They just don't. Yeah. Pretty racist, ain't it? But you never seen Bioshock act like this. And again, I don't think I saw a black person in Bioshock. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying. I never saw a black splicer before. The only enemies I've seen are insane crazy people, Fonte and Big Daddies. That's pretty much it. Sentries and turrets. Speaking of which, there are no sentries and turrets. Yeah, you have automatic rockets and machine guns, and the only machine that is weird is the Patriot. Basically, they're like a robot of George Washington, and they speak in, you know, good stuff or some crap like that, and he has like a chain gun and he shoots at you. It's really fun to play it because, one, it gets confusing. Like right now, I'm at a part where, alright, I don't want to spoil it. It's really confusing. The one part, I don't want to spoil you guys. I really don't. There's a one part where you actually try to get machine weapons, ammo, and guns for this group called the Vox. They're trying to destroy this gun seller corporate man, whatever his name is. Forgot his name already. And basically you and Elizabeth go and you make a deal with her saying you'll take her to Paris, and then you go around and you find that gunsmith dead, and then she opens a tear where he never dies, but yet he is dead, but he can't remember, and I don't know, and his wife isn't Chinese, it's American, and then they go and they found out that if the weapons, and they find a tear where the weapons are not there, and they realize that if the weapons aren't there, they're back at the shop. So they open the tear and they found out that the Vox is taking over and saving America, and they're just being good guys, and Booger DeWitt apparently is a hero in this tear because he started the Vox Revolution, and he died, and I don't know. It's so confusing when you think about this game. It's like, it's a brain buster. It's like telling you, like, okay, this is happening, but yet it's weird. It is super weird when you think about it. It's kind of like one of those crime-solving things, like from Condemned. I should talk about that game next, and the next review of that. It's basically like the confusing game. Alright, so, okay, this guy's the killer, and then this guy's the killer. Then we gotta save the killer from this other killer. Killer. It gets confusing because the character that you play as sees the person, the victim, being, you know, hurt, and he sees the killer just using that, and it makes you think he's the killer. That's what's weird. I mean, you gotta think, if your character sees something a killer does, like, you know, hit someone in the head or sees blood dripping everywhere, you gotta know for a fact that that is a killer. But I'll tell you later. I've beat the game. It scared the crap out of me and my cousin Kate. Tim, if you don't know who Tim is, he's the male cousin, and we just say he cried. I'm kidding. He didn't cry. He just didn't like scary games. Which is weird. I mean, scary games are what gets you adrenaline pumping. But anyways, not speaking of scary, this game is scary. Reason? It's not Bioshock. Yet it says it is. If you are saying it is Bioshock, it's so weird how they say it's Bioshock, yet it isn't. It doesn't talk about anything like... I'm just hoping to find an Easter egg or something that has Bioshock in it. Like... And it's talking about like, maybe like an Easter egg where Andrew Ryan's a baby or something. You know, a baby or a boy. You know, find Andrew Ryan. It's just... It's something. I mean, it has to say it has to say something about Bioshock, even though it is like from a couple of years ago. Alright, brain tester for you guys. So, listen. First Bioshock was in 1958 or 48. The first Bioshock game was based in the 1950s or 40s. Like I said, I didn't say it, crap. Well, I've never played Bioshock in a while. Please bear with me. Alright. So... Oh, alright, it is in 1940. In 1940s, you play as Jack, who crash lands into the Atlantic Ocean or some crap, goes to Rapture, finds this guy, then this guy finds out Ryan's trying to be bad, and Atlas is helping you, and it's all this and that, and blah, 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 blah. It's just weird. It turns out you're Andrew Ryan's baby. You're just big and muscular, and you can pick up a pistol and a shotgun and carry $500, which... Oh, there's another thing! You can collect as much money as you want. In the other game, you just pick up $500, and, that's it. That's it. You don't pick any weapon at all. Well, you do, but you only pick one instead of, like, picking a million. It's... Still has the vending machines, though. They're just overpriced. Literally. Overpriced. Okay. And, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think while typing. That's a bad thing. And it's so weird. Why would it be called Bioshock Infinite? Why not just call it, Infinite or something? It's so brain hurting because it says it's Bioshock yet has nothing related about it. Maybe a tear will open up. It will show the 1950s or something where you see Delta or oh, I'm sorry, or Jack. I don't know, something. Okay, something. Tenable, whatever her name was, the girl that was protecting the children, little sisters. Adam being discovered. I don't know, something. It's just... It's brain hurt. It is literally brain hurt and brain fart. Because you are going to get confused. I'm serious. This game is good. This right here. He's good. But yet can confuse you more than a baby solving math. Yeah. It's weird. It's fun. It's so full of energy. Is confusing. I am sorry, but it's so confusing when you think about this. I still even beat the game. I didn't even beat it. Well, I would, but to be honest, I think the save feature is busted because I keep replaying back at the same thing. You know, same level, and I have to go this and that. And it says it's auto-saved. It said auto-saved. It says auto-saved. Any last things? Well, I forgot to mention two enemies that I heard. One is called a handyman. He's basically a guy with a robotic body and his heart being shown around his chest. It's a yellow liquid and ball glass. I don't know about the others. I heard there's a guy where has like a horn on his head. He screams and makes a loud sound like a horn. And then there's the songbird, basically something that protects Elizabeth from trying to get out. It's pretty weird. But what's also weird is how it's like Bioshock. It says it, but it's not like it. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, I'm saying it's not like Bioshock. It's not like Bioshock. It doesn't talk about Rapture. There has to be an Easter egg. There has to be, like, a clue. Maybe even a tear. Maybe he falls in the ocean and discovers the city being built. I don't know. But you gotta make something. You can't just say, oh, I'm just gonna go make a game called Bioshock Infinite, and then we're gonna sell it to people. You don't sell it to people like this. You need to have an Easter egg. It doesn't make sense. Why call it Bioshock yet? Alright, so my review game gets I just doesn't. Okay, my final score for this game is basically 9.5. The reason for not giving it an extra 5.5 because it has nothing to do with Bioshock. I mean, it says it, yet doesn't mention Rapture, doesn't mention anything. But then again, I will give you an update, see if I'll give it a fair rating, like I'll leave it as the way it is, or increase it or decrease it. So you better pray to God that this game right here better have a Rapture. Better see Delta just beating the crap out of someone. And you know what's pretty weird is that there's also music from other times. Pretty cool, right? No, dubstep or anything. We're not going that far now. basically like in a time, like in 1970s or something. I don't know. She can open tears from the past to the present. I mean the future. She's one chick you don't want to mess with, or she'll open a tear in your A or D. I just really don't know what to say now. I'll go play it. Huh? What? A season pass. Season pass. You guys are lucky. I don't have live. I do, but I can't buy it. You wanna know why? Because I'm poor and white. Yep, I guess that's it. So, I'll see you guys later. And, you gotta get this game. Do it. It's very much worth it. This game. It tastes good. It doesn't have Bioshock in it. Still love it, though. I'm happy. Now I'm sad.